The teams for MCC 30 just got finished being announced, and they're absolutely insane. It's kind of crazy, it's already been 30 events since MCC started, plus you have all the non-canon events sprinkled in there too. Man, MCC is old now. Anyways, these teams are some of the most balanced yet OP teams we've ever seen in the event's history. Scott did a really nice job this time around. Also, make sure to comment down below your favorite team, because they're all just really amazing. And without further ado, let's just get right into the teams. First up, we have the Red Rabbits, with Hannah XX Rose, Sapnap, Captain Puffy, and Captain Sparkles, with Scott's method of 8,636. Now, wow, this is a crack team starting off the bat. You have Sapnap, who's the S tier, Hannah and Sparkles, who are two really good secondary players, and then you have Captain Puffy, who's one of the best role players in all of MCC, and the captains are back together again. That's cool to see. Hannah and Sapnap is going to be an interesting duo, see what the power dynamic is between them. And Sparkles, I don't think has he teamed with Sapnap before? I don't think he's teamed with Hannah before. But has Sparkles probably teamed with Sapnap.
Anyways, guys, that's going to for the MCC 30 team.
Nonetheless,
comment down below which one was your favorites and which one you think is going to win the event.
It is a very strong
and make
team,
sure, as always, to like, subscribe.
I'll say
have a great rest of your day.
I'll probably put it in top 4, probably like second or first, because it's insane. I mean, if this team doesn't win, I don't know how Hannah's gonna get a win, because like this team is cracked. So yeah, put this team in first place because they're insane. Their best game is probably survival games or a Sky Battle or one of the PvP games, because they have Sapnap and Hannah. And yeah, awesome team to start out with. Next up, we have the Orange Ocelots, with SB, Blushy, Snifferish, and Hbomb, with Scott's method of 8,622. Now, awesome team again. I mean, you have Hbomb and SB. That's a crazy duo we haven't seen before. Actually, a really cool duo. The Sands of Time dynamic between these two is going to be awesome. Gonna love to see this team play that. They're probably gonna be decently good at to get to the other side too, because SB and Blushy are really good at that game, and Hbomb can do pretty well when he has a good team at that game. They would also probably be good at most team game. Yeah, they'd be good at like every team game. One or two, probably one PvP game that'll probably be the game that they're like not great at, but they do decently well. So yeah, this team all around is actually a really well-rounded team. And actually, it's going to be interesting to see because SB's, taking a break from MCC and hasn't been in the past couple ones. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can get top 7 or get 7th again. He probably will. He'll probably get 7th again. Hbomb will probably get like around 10th. So maybe this team actually could go to Dodgebolts. Right now, I'm going to put this team in 4th place, but this team I could definitely see getting top 2. Up next, we have the Yellow YAKS, with Gumi, Velvet, Antfrost, and Purpled, with Scott's method of 8,562. Now, wow, this is sick. I mean, Purpled and Antfrost together on a team with Velvet and Gumi, who they've already teamed before in the past. That's insane. Like, dude, this team is also cracked. I mean, this team is probably better than Orange, because I would say the Antfrost and Purple duo is better than Hbomb and SB, but it's still close. And this team might even be better than Red. Like, this duo is insane. Gumi and Velvet need to get top 30, and Gumi could probably end up getting top 25. And then, of course, both of them have to get top 2, and Purple preferably first. And I think we could see this team in Dodgebolt. So right now I'm going to put them in 3rd or 4th. I think 3rd, but still amazing team, and could definitely pop off. They need a good game order though. I mean, every team needs a good game order, but this team especially, they need probably Meltdown, Rocket Spleef Rush, Sky Battle, and probably to get to the other side if they want to get to Dodgebolt. And 4 of those games are likely to be in the event, or at least 3 or 4 of those games are likely to be in the event, because Meltdown hasn't been in a while. Sky Battle's usually always in, might not be in this one though. And then what else? To get to your side's probably always in. I mean, it is, yeah, kind of always in. So yeah, awesome team, love to see it. Hopefully they can get into Dodgebolt. Next up, we have the LLAMAS, with Cubfan, Philza, Punz, and Awesome Dude, with Scott's method of 8,681. Now, wow, I mean, this team is the definition of Rocket Spleef Rush all the way. Philza, the GOAT. Awesome Dude, one of the most underrated Rocket Spleef Rush players. Punz, also very underrated at the game. And Cub, who's good with an Elytra just because he's a Hermit. Alright, I'm just assuming every Hermit's good with an Elytra, because it's freaking Hermitcraft. They're wearing Elytras like all the time. So yeah, this team should get first place in Rocket Spleef Rush, and yeah, most of the time Rocket Spleef Rush is played early, except for that one time it was played as the last game, which was weird. I think that was MCC 26 when it's played last game. I think it was the only time it's ever been played last game. But yeah, usually it's played early, so hopefully this team can get lucky and get that game played last. Because if they could actually make a decently good run at Dodgebolts, because that would you know, boost their score up hugely, because the team is so cracked at it. So yeah, maybe they could even break the Rocket Spleef Rush coin record. You never know. But anyways, yeah, awesome team, very well rounded. One of the best well rounded teams we've seen to date, I feel like, in MCC history. I mean, like, you know, like Phil's is a great secondary player. Awesome dude's also most of the time a secondary player, but here he's the third player, so that's great. Cub fan, I mean, is just like a great role player to have. Bro can get like top 15, top 20, top 25, whatever you need him to get, he can do that. And even on a bad day, he's still pretty decent. So like, you know, just a great team. It just, again, I don't know, Punz needs to get top 5, and lately he's been inconsistent with getting top 5 at the end of season 2 and coming in MCC 29. So yeah, cross your fingers for Punz top 5. We need Punz top 5 for this team to do great, which I think actually could happen this event. Up next, we have the Green GECKOS with JoJo Solos, PeteZahHutt, Michael McGill, and Kara Corbis, with Scott's method of 8,636. Now, fun fact about this team, according to Scott's method, this team has the exact same average as Red, which is funny because Green has 2 S tiers and Red only has 1, but Red is better well-rounded than Green, so it kind of makes sense. Anyways, this team is interesting. Pete will probably get top 5, and this team will probably do decently well for the games that they're good in, but when it comes to actually trying in the games that they're bad in, I don't know how good this team will do, because JoJo said she's not going to try without Pearl or Rambo. And last time I checked, and this team doesn't have Pearl or Rambo. So it'll be interesting to see what JoJo considers not trying. Because it actually will be very interesting. Because it'll help out for future events when people are trying to predict, you know, whether she's not going to try or not. But anyways, yeah, JoJo's gonna spend this MCC and just have fun. She's gonna probably make a video out of it, because she's been making videos on her YouTube channel about, you know, all the past MCCs. So, you know, it's just gonna be great content for a great video, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. This team's going to be a total vibe, I feel like. Pete and JoJo just get along very well, and Michael is hilarious, and Kara gets along with literally anybody at this point. So yeah, awesome team, and I can't wait to see what this team actually does on event day. Next up, we have the CYAN COYOTES, with Rambo, Tommyinnit, Orion Sound, and CPK, with Scott's method of 8,597. Now, first up, we have Ollie and Callum making what looks to be a hearts, but many people are pointing out to be a circle. So that's kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe the circle stands for this team coming full circle and getting Rambo's first win. I don't know. I just kind of made that up, but whatever. This team's pretty cool. Reminds me a lot of MCC 23 CYAN or 22 CYAN with Wisp, Wilbur, Rambo, and Callum. That was a pretty funny team. I think this team's going to be very similar to that. I don't think they're going to do, you know, really well, but this still will be a definite content team. Glad to see Tommy back in the event. I don't think Rambo will get his first win, sadly, with this team, but still, nonetheless, an awesome team. And just for fun, let's say their best game is Sky Battle-ish. Not Sky Battle. Yeah, probably most likely Sky Battle or to get to the other side. But if Skyblock was played, maybe this team could pop off in that game. Never know. Up next, we have the AQUA AXOLOTLS, with Illumina, 5-Up, Impulse, and Scar, with Scott's method of 8,770. Now, the Illumina and 5-Up duo, actually, that's really strong. I'm noticing a pattern in this MCC. A lot of strong duos. Nonetheless, still a actually very strong team. This team could definitely go the distance and, you know, win if they need Impulse to get top 25, which he's been doing actually in his first couple events, so that's cool to see. And Scar and Illumina and 5-Up is an awesome duo. I don't think 5-Up's teamed with Hermits before, just not that many times, so I mean, this might be his second or third time teaming with Hermits. Cool to see. Illumina hasn't teamed with Hermits in a while, I feel like. But yeah, awesome team. This team's definitely going to be a total vibe. I can just already see it. Impulse and Scar are going to be hilarious together. And then with Illumina also there, it's going to be funny. Their best game might be Sands of Time, actually. Sands of Time actually could be a really strong game for this team. Probably the most underrated game for this team. Another strong one is probably some team-based game, probably Grid Runners. This team will probably do really well in Grid Runners. And yeah, awesome team. Next up we have the Blue Bats, with Kratzy, Fruitberries, False Symmetry, and Shovel, with Scott's method of 8,461. Wow, this is my favorite team. I mean, Fruitberries is my favorite MCC player, so most of the teams he's on are my favorite, but this one especially. I mean, you have Kratzy and Fruit. That's a crazy duo I don't think we've ever seen before, so that's awesome. And then False and Shovel are also always vibes when it comes to being on the same team. I mean, you have Shovel swearing and Build Mart with Grian on the team, and you have False being false and just having a lovely time. So, like, you know, it's gonna be awesome. I think Kratzy will actually try really hard, not just because, you know, I mean, he might not try as hard as he did last MCC when you guys went in 29, but still, I feel like he'd try pretty hard on this team, considering it's so cool. And I feel like he could go for 2 back-to-back cannon wins. That'd be cool to see, actually. And I think this team definitely could. They'd probably need a first or second individual from Fruits, and I think in this MCC he actually could do that. Survival games would actually be so sick for this team. Sky Battle would be amazing also. Just any PvP game this team would dominate at, probably. And they'd probably do really well at Battle Box, because Fruit would be able to go one way, and Kratzy would be able to go the other way, and I feel like Kratzy would be really good at, you know, picking off players, and False and Shovel are really good when it comes to, you know, if you need to get that Wool Rush, they're great at doing that, or great at just being, you know, cover fire or whatever. So yeah, awesome team, and can't wait to see what they can do in the PvP games. Up next, we have the Purple Pandas, with Solidarity, Fire Breath Man, In the Littlewood, and Smager, with Scott's method of 8,413. I was definitely not expecting this team, but this team is actually very well rounded. You have 3 out of 4 of them being Life SMP members, and then you have Water Breath Man. So I mean, I mean, great. Like, In the Littlewood could be is most of the time a secondary player, but here he's the third player, so like that's awesome. Scott's probably going to be the secondary player here, but Martin actually might, because Martin has been popping off lately. He did get freaking 7th or 8th in MCC Scuffed, and that was like the most scuffed thing that could have possibly happened. And Jimmy again can, you know, place top 15 when popping off, so like, you know, love this team actually. This team is probably going to be a lot of people's favorites. I don't think it's one of my favorites, but I do really respect this team because it's just so well rounded. And also, I like the color purple, and I think this team actually would look really good in purple skins. I just feel like purple has some of the most underrated teams in all of MCC. Like, they really just do all the time, man. And yeah, this is continuing that trend. Anyways, a good game for this team is probably to get to the other side, or a team-based game like Grid Runners. They could probably do really well at. They just have to make sure their comms are good, and I think their comms will be pretty good as long as they practice together. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, they'll do fine. Probably top 5, maybe like 5th or 4th. I don't know how they'll do against the stronger teams, in my opinion, but you never know. They could get lucky. And last, but certainly not least, we have the most interesting team, in my opinion, in this entire tournament, the Pink Parrots, with Amesy, Shadone, I think it's Shadoni, Tubbo, and Sylvie. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Shadoni666. With Scott's method of 7,647. I don't know how good Shadoni is. I know he's a Spanish-speaking Minecraft creator, but I don't know how good he is, so I decided to use Foolish's average, because I feel like Foolish is pretty in between. He can either do pretty bad or pretty good, and it's kind of around like 20th place, so that's probably why their average is low. I think he actually might be pretty good. I think he's a speedrunner. He does a lot. I looked at his YouTube channel. He does a lot of speedrunning challenges, or just Minecraft world record like challenges, and tournament. He plays in a couple like Spanish-speaking Minecraft tournaments, I think. So yeah, cool to see him in MCC. Cool to see MCC expanding into that area, because I feel like everybody is now with the QSMP Dreams Spanish-speaking one, and now even MCC. So it's cool to see the Minecraft community coming together as one, and hopefully we are able to see more Spanish-speaking streamers in the future. He might speak English, so that might help him out here with the team communication, because otherwise it's going to be a mess. But Sylvie seems happy
to have him on this team, and Tubbo probably will be a vibe too. And also AMZ is one of the most welcoming people in all of MCC, so like that's great because she's going to be able to, you know, be really positive with this team, and with Shadun being a new member and not speaking English. Sorry, I'm rambling right now. Anyways, this is probably not gonna, this team will probably be last place, but it will definitely be a vibe. You should definitely go check out its VOD when the event's done, or watch it live if you like Tubbo or one of the other streamers here. Yeah. Anyways, awesome.